Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, one of the few spots in Marvel's future out there, the MCU as it is by dear sweet Disney, boys and girls, the common nerd is actually kind of cautiously optimistic about what might happen with the future of the Daredevil character, because we had heard about the fact, and it basically was all publicly announced and reported in all the trade magazines out there, as well as all of our own internal rumors that we like to report on as well, that Kevin Feige literally fired everybody involved with the Daredevil series out there, scrapped they had 4 or 5 episodes already completely and totally done and in the can prior to all of the strikes out there. Yeah, scrapped all of that kind of stuff, had the entire series rewritten, and made the Netflix series canon to the MCU out there, boys and girls, which is honestly something we didn't think they were ever going to do because of Feige's own little personal ego issues. Well, now since the money has officially run out and obviously the woke agenda did not pass very well, they've gotten rid of all of that kind of nonsense. They fired a lot of people out there, and now we've got confirmation that Charlie Cox's Daredevil out there will end up being playing a much bigger role in the MCU outside of his own little television series out there. And that latest rumor is from either an accidental or intentional post from a Jim over there on Instagram. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got all of the information and the post right over here from comicbookmovie.com. Charlie Cox's Daredevil now seems to have been confirmed for appearance in the next Avengers movie. And boys and girls, it would make absolute sense. He's one of the few characters that fans absolutely love and still know and still show up for because of all of the great success that happened with the Netflix series out there, ladies and gentlemen. And it's one of those things that Charlie Cox is one of those actors out there that everybody really seems to love. He's very good to the fans. He doesn't talk down to people. He doesn't talk bad to people. And you know what? He's just down to play the character that he seems to really love and appreciate. And boys and girls, it is one of the few things I am cautiously optimistic about that Daredevil series, but we will find out when it comes out here in just a couple of months, boys and girls, whether or not the MCU, even after firing all of their activist producers, after they can actually still have any talent left to write anything that's actually entertaining and good. Well, boys and girls, we will find out about that. But it looks like, yes, indeed, the Daredevil will be playing a bigger part going forward in the MCU. So we're going to check this article from comicbookmovie.com, getting all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we just crossed 1,500 subscribers. We're on our way to 16, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Are you cautiously optimistic about the future of Daredevil in the MCU? Do you think this is actually going to end up turning out good, or do you think it's just going to be more hot garbage coming from Disney Marvel like we've gotten so many times before? Let us know anything about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from comicbookmovie.com. Rumors have swirled about Charlie Cox's Daredevil factoring into the next Avengers movie, and the Man Without Fear's Doomsday role has seemingly been confirmed by a new social media post. And shout out to Josh Wilding for writing this article. Earlier this week, we shared a rumor that Charlie Cox's Daredevil will likely play a role in Avengers Doomsday. And this is rumors that have been floating around for a long time. We've talked about them either on our live streams or in actual other videos out there as well. That may be as a variant or in a key supporting role, which finally shows the Man Without Fear assemble alongside Earth's mightiest heroes. We know Cox is gearing up to begin work on Daredevil Born Again Season 2 ahead of the first season's debut on March 4th. But DFRNT Health and Fitness appears to have just confirmed plans for the actor to join the Avengers franchise. And obviously the whole season 2 being confirmed, basically Kevin Feige already has a lot of confidence in this. They said season 2 will begin filming essentially at the exact same time that season 1 premieres over there on Disney+. So hopefully it ends up going well. Hopefully they don't end up wasting a bunch of money on season 2 thinking that it's actually going to end up being good and it ends up being a flop for them, but it wouldn't be the first time Marvel had done something like that. So here's what they've got for the Instagram post out here as well. We'll just go down here to the read it and check it out right there. You see Charlie Cox right here and his wife right there. And obviously you got the gym people out here working for it. Obviously Charlie Cox has been working up a sweat, and we know the guy does good work, right? We've seen his fighting skills. We've seen how well he does inside of the movies and inside the acting. I mean, honestly, what is it? The only bright spot that a lot of people considered from Echo was watching Daredevil absolutely mop the floor with her, and it wasn't even close, right? And so obviously that's the nice part. You like seeing the actors that do the work. We've talked about this with David Cornsweet when it comes to the Superman, right? We like seeing the actors that are actually doing the work. They're putting in the effort. They're actually making themselves look like superheroes that are believable, right? So here's the confirmation. So check this out. So Daredevil spotted at DFRNT. It's been awesome having Charlie and his wife, Sam Cox, in at DFRNT over the past few weeks. Charlie is currently training for his role in the upcoming Marvel Avengers movie where he will play Daredevil. Yes, boys and girls, an Avengers movie. Not that he's just gearing up, not that he's just training for the next season. No. He's going to be in the Daredevil. He's going to be in the Avengers movie as well. Says it's been an absolute pleasure working with you both, and we can't wait to watch you on the big screen. See you soon. So obviously confirming whether accidentally or intentionally, whether Charlie Cox let it out of the bag to them, or whether or not this was an intentional release that was actually covered and confirmed, we don't know. But either way, this confirms that Charlie Cox will indeed be in the next Avengers Doomsday movie. Now, whether it's going to be obviously, if they're getting ready to film that one in the summer, then this absolutely makes sense. So that will be very interesting to see, boys and girls. So let's carry on here with the article and see what else we got. We can't imagine they plucked Avengers out of thin air, particularly with cameras gearing up to roll on Daredevil Born Again Season 2 imminently. Cox is bound to have mentioned what project he's preparing for, so it seems we can add him to the Avengers Doomsday cast list. It's about time Daredevil is given a bigger sandbox to play in. While we don't know what he'll bring to the table in the next Avengers movies, seeing the lawyer and vigilante fighting alongside Spider-Man, for example, would be a dream come true for many fans. A reunion with She-Hulk might also be on the cards. No, please, please, no. If She-Hulk does actually end up in any of the Avengers movies going forward right there, it's going to be one of those things where, because we've talked about this in the past in several of our videos when we covering this stuff and kind of going over all of this kind of nonsense, is I've firmly believed for quite a while that Kevin Feige is going to use Secret Wars, just like Marvel did in the comic books, to eliminate a lot of characters and end a lot of storylines that aren't working going forward, which basically means the majority of Phase 4 going forward, boys and girls, is a lot of that's going to be retconned and reversed and completely and totally reimagined out of existence. And I'd imagine She-Hulk is going to be one of those, boys and girls, and trust me, it couldn't have happened to a nicer actress out there. So trust me, there's no actual fans out there or wanting that kind of thing. But the Spider-Man thing, yes, Spider-Man and Daredevil have a long history in the comic books. Everybody would love to see that happen, and it would absolutely give a lot of overjoyed to especially a lot of the hardcore Spider-Man fans, especially if the new Spider-Man movie actually turns him into Spider-Man and not just Iron Boy. But that's an argument and a rant for another day and another video. It's about time that we talked about that. So there we go. So I have to be careful, so careful. Cox shared at Fan Expo earlier this year. Look, I can't. I'm not going to say there are so many characters to team up with. There's one particular group of people that I would like to be invited to play with, but we'll get into that a bit later. So obviously this is something he's been teasing. This is one of them situations where they've been going through all this kind of stuff and everything else. So we'll have to end up waiting to see what happens. But it's another wonderful rumor from the rumor. It's not even a rumor. This is basically confirmation, right? I mean, theoretically, you could argue this is rumor. This is an absolute slip up. Maybe Charlie Cox is now being the new Tom Holland and letting things out of the cat of the bag before he should. But either way, this is a good news. I think for all the fans out there, I think you're really going to enjoy seeing Daredevil, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, alongside all of the rest of the Avengers. I think it gives us more good hope that they seem to be going in the right direction, that they're concentrating on the right kind of characters, because obviously the whole thing with trying to make, MCU did not work out very well. It cost Disney hundreds of billions of dollars at the box office. It just turned into an absolute flip-flop of a failure. And the idea that Daredevil's Charlie Cox's Daredevil is going to be could potentially be a main player in the Avengers movies out there actually shows what kind of good things we might actually end up having going forward, actually getting MCU to return to form. God forbid they actually be loyal to the comics and loyal to the source material and give us the kind of characters they want. But clearly something has happened inside of Marvel. There has been some kind of change inside, whether it was intentionally or just ended up coming down to the money situation out there. Things do seem to be going at least in a positive right direction. Now, as to whether or not they can actually write these characters properly and give us good quality stories, well, we're going to find out when Daredevil Born Again premieres in March. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be here to cover it all and let you know if it's an absolute abysmal bombshell or if it's something that might actually be interested in your look. But either way, it looks like we do now officially have confirmation Daredevil will be in the next Avengers movie, and that should be fascinating to watch, boys and girls.